what can we actually, as a rental operator, what can we do to make our business maybe a little bit better? So let's start with depreciation and the cost sides.
Yeah, I think these are things where you can again be proactive and reactive. Now, proactively, you can do a lot of, you can affect depreciation, I think, in my opinion, quite a lot in your kind of sourcing and purchasing decisions. What kind of brands and what kind of items you end up buying. Do you buy and rent out items that hold their value over time? Are they durable? Do they tend to break down, or are they easy to repair? Is the brand such that even as a second-hand or refurbished sale, there is a market for that? Or is it such that after the actual rental usage, it kind of becomes spare parts, or in the worst case, just recycling material? So these are the things where proactively you can affect the depreciation quite a lot, that what kind of a depreciation curve you kind of assume for the item. At least, if not always in a pure accounting measure, but like as a concept of how much value will this item hold over time. Now, reactively, there are of course these things where we again start to go into the idea that, all right, if it's repairable and composable, do I have some spare parts inventory that I can use with this item? Can I kind of repair them on the spot or inspect them on the spot? So again, depending on the product that you're renting out, but there might be things where a damage fixed now can cost less than same damage fixed 2 months from this time. So is this something where if left unattended, the damage keeps compounding in a way that, all right, now it's actually unrepairable? So I think these are kind of the reactive decisions where you can kind of go into those. Now, again, how might a software like Twice try to help you out there is to help you understand the kind of outcomes of trade-offs. So if I now put this into maintenance in order to make sure that this damage doesn't like keep compounding, how many orders will I have to re-fulfill, or in worst case cancel if I don't have a fleet to kind of switch to, versus potential lost revenue. So if you're running your operation on top of a full-blown re-commerce OS, understanding trade-offs between decisions should become a bit easier. You're able to see how much potential missed revenue will there be if I put this to maintenance versus keeping it in the fleet but then maybe slightly damaged. These are the things where I think, again, people that have been running a rental business for tens of years, they have it baked in. They have it in their kind of, you could almost say like in their DNA. They have so many iterations of these things that they can intuitively make these decisions on the fly. But again, if you're launching into rentals as a new company or you have a new staff member, these are the things that they don't have, and it might take them years to learn that intuition. Whereas if you have a software in place, then they can get a little bit more support to make wise decisions on the fly.
So on the maintenance side, it might be once again like good to maybe start maybe doing like thorough inspections and maybe maintenance beforehand before it actually kind of breaks down completely, and then you might actually have to, for example, purchase a new item. So that could be like a good way to start once again if you are a new entrepreneur.
Yeah, definitely. And as a new entrepreneur, if you start your really first season by having a system in place that allows you to look back to this season later on and everything that has happened, the next season, as you're again sourcing for maybe new equipment to rent out, you're a lot more educated on what works for your customers, your environment. All right, we're running this, bike shop in gravel roads, and there seemed to be this one model or that really performed really well, and the other one tends to break down for whatever reason. You can go back to the data, you can see that, and you can say that, all right, this season, as we're sourcing new models, we're going to focus on these things. This is the qualification that we want to have for purchasing decisions, because we know that we need these capabilities for these items to perform and stay in service for the whole season.
And maybe as a good tip for new entrepreneurs is that a lot of brands actually have like completely dedicated lines for rental businesses that might be maybe a little bit more durable or repairable.
Definitely. And there's like conscious decision made for the product, that how that happens. One thing where I'm actually, I'm always been wondering a bit is that some of these rental models mimic quite a lot of the similar kind of a, let's say, consumer product, not meant to be sold as it is for us one user. And I've been thinking like the rental models tend to be maybe more expensive, more durable and repairable, but these are also capabilities that are probably valued for the owner themselves. So it's interesting to look into the data and to see like that there is this market for the like end of life cycle rental fleet, as people know that they are repairable, they're durable. If I change the battery and maybe the tires, it is pretty good. And if I'm okay with a few scratches there and there, it's something that I'm interested in just like going through the data and looking through what we have in place and trying to understand over a long period of time that what's the resale value of rentable items for the consumers.